Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Reverend Divine, and this is your 5-Minute Ministry Monday. For this week, the name of my talk is So You're in Your Stuff? Now what? Because let's be honest, life happens sometimes. It happens in weird, unexpected, and traumatic ways. And when that happens, wounds come up. And if our wounds are open and exposed, we are raw and vulnerable, and any manifestations of fear may occur. We may experience anger, rage, sadness, depression, anxiety, and that is okay. I didn't used to believe it was okay. I wanted to bypass those kind of unpretty emotions because I had this false perception that as a spiritual person that I had to be in love and light all the time. Love and light, love and light, love and light, rainbows, unicorns, sunshine, 24/7. And if I were ever to move into fear, if I were ever to experience anger, sadness, whatever the case may be, that I had failed, that I wasn't further along on my path, I would begin to compare myself to other people, and I would really get down on myself, that I was worthless and that I was failing, until I surrounded myself with teachers that actually gave me permission to feel the full gamut of my human emotions and encouraged me that in order to do the deep healing that I wanted, I had to feel them. Now, as alchemists, we say we transform fear into love. And so I thought for this video, I would share an experience I recently had when I moved into my stuff and how I got back to a loving and grounded and truthful place. So, picture it. Friday morning. I just completed a shamanic healing with a client and it was fabulous. We did so much great work. I was riding high and then I went on Facebook. That was a mistake. I will never do that again. When you are riding high on life, you should not go on social media. But I went on social media and Facebook had just published a post from Alchemist Movement about my sermon. And my last sermon at Balance, called 29 Plates, I went into a discussion about how I implemented a schedule in my life and how this was a really big deal because in the past I didn't implement a schedule because I was fearful that a schedule would constrain my artisticness. So the post had me in a fabulous leopard print muumuu with a quote from my sermon, and the copy to the post was, "Here other lies Christopher Daniels had told himself over the years or had believed over the years and how he broke through the illusion." Great, wonderful, fabulous, an innocuous and neutral post. And I chose to move into fear about it. Oh my gosh, I had so much fear about it and I was spiraling. And so when I spiral, when I move into fear, the first thing that I do is I call my coaches, Jacqueline and Dale Baldwin. And that's the first step. We get quiet. We call people who can support us through our fear. And often we feel like we can't reach out to people, that we don't deserve other people's love, attention, and energy. And that is bullcrap because you 100% deserve love. Now, the tricky thing is finding people who can actually give you unconditional love, that are not going to move into judgment when you share your shadow side, when you share those not so pretty parts of yourself. You want to be surrounded by people who are going to be able to love you. So run over to their house. Well, I didn't run. I drove over there and I grabbed their brand new puppy and I just love on this puppy love, and they're processing with me. And so you want to identify where in the body I was feeling this. I was feeling this in the chest, okay? And what are the wounds that are coming up? The wound of worthlessness, of being judged, of not being good enough, of believing the lie that if you're a liar, you're a bad person. And that was really the turning point. So identifying what exactly about the post I chose to be triggered by, and it was the word lies, because I had this belief that if you're a liar, you're a bad person. That stemmed all the way back to my childhood. So then they walked me through this meditative process of connecting with my inner child, because apparently your 5-year-old inner child has all the answers you could ever want. So I connected with my inner child and I asked my inner child, what is it about the word lies and liar that moves me into fear? And it was because I realized from an early age that I was different and that I didn't fit in, and I began to lie. I began to create a false persona, a false image of myself in order to survive. It was a survival mechanism that I had shame around. And I didn't realize how much shame I had around hiding the fact that I was gay and everything that was contained within it. and how much I was trying to control how other people viewed me. But that's the thing. You can't control how other people view you. And so once I let go of the need to control, and I realized that there were people in my life who did love me for exactly who I was, warts, wounds, scars, and all, I was able to get back to that grounded place of truth. So that was a really short, so many things there, so many things to unpack. But when we move into fear, recognize the fear, lean into the discomfort, find people who can process with you, identify the wounds that are coming up, get love around those wounds, and then they don't have the same power that they once did. So thank you for tuning in. Tune in next Monday for a brand new episode of 5-Minute Ministry Monday. Also, check out www.alchemistmovement.org for a whole slew of services and shows and things that we have coming up. If you're interested in setting up a shamanic healing or Reiki healing or any sort of healing session with me or any of our practitioners, check out our website and set up your appointment today. I love you all so much. Thank you for tuning in and have a beautiful day.